What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. If you've been here before, I'm NeonMushroom. Today, we are going to be playing some Premodern, some more MTGO Premodern, and we're going to be playing this deck that I'm going to be affectionately calling Uzi. This is not a brew. This is my list you're looking at right here, but this is a culmination of a bunch of decks doing this game plan we're about to talk about, and one specific list from like a year ago maybe called the deck Uzi, and that I really like that, so that stuck. So I am ripping the name off of the pilot. I saw it in a random deck drop and couldn't see the pilot's actual name, but they named it Uzi. So if you're the person who came up with Uzi and you found this video, let me know who you are so I can properly credit you. But because it's kind of an old list. But what is Uzi? What are we doing? If you look at this deck at a glance, like out of your peripheral vision, it looks like Psychatog, because there's even a Psychatog in the deck, but there's just the one. One Psychatog is not, it doesn't mean Dr. Teeth usually. Usually decks with one Psychatog are like the deck I have next to me here, which is a full English breakfast. That plays a single Psychatog. Why do we have one? Because that's kind of a B plan for what our main plan is. What this deck wants to do is use Zombie Infestation to make a bunch of zombies repeatedly by basically just picking up and dropping Squees as often as possible. We want them to have flying, so we have Wonder, and we need to get access to all these cards, so we're playing Intuition. We just make a bunch of intuition piles that like our opponent can't come out ahead on. We're also doing the Psychatog Guts, like kind of the base part of the Psychatog deck. We are doing that. So we've got 4 Gush, 3 Circular Logic, 4 Counterspell, 2 Mana Leak, 4 AK. I'm also playing a Deep Analysis. And then we've got some removal, not much, just a Diabolic Edict and 2 Smother, 4 Duress. We're playing 1 Cabal Therapy because I really like how you can like intuition. If you think your opponent's playing a combo deck, put Cabal Therapy in the intuition pile with like 2 Squees, and then your Zombie Infestation will allow you to flash back the Cabal Therapy. So for the same reason, there's a second one on the sideboard. Other than that, the sideboard's mostly full of sideboard cards. Our deck's very soft to graveyard graveyard hate, so we're playing Null Rod so our opponents can't use their furnaces or crack their crypts. Kind of an expensive card, just something I want to try out. That's the deck. Let's go ahead and hop in and play some games. All right, found an opponent whose name, Obrin Martel 1, hopefully is correct. I would like to be on the play, and I'll say hi. Good luck, have fun. All right, let's look at this hand. We've got Squee, we've got Counterspell, we've got Smother, Gush. I think if we had if this Squee was an extra land, or we had some, I guess we've got Gush, but we need to make our black source into a blue source to Gush. I think we're going to take the first mulligan, just kind of looking for Zombie Infestation. So we'll mulligan here. This hand has the Zombie Infestation. We don't have the black source, but it's going to be much easier to find the black source than it is going to be to find Zombie Infestation. So we will keep this, and we've got 2 pieces of permission. Circular Logic is the most awkward one, so we'll keep that, and we'll lead on an island, then play an island, and then just wait till we find a black source, because we've already got a Squee to start feeding the Infestation. Pass the turn. Do not duress me. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I hate you so much, opponent. Obviously, I don't hate opponent. I'm just upset. We had a plan. No. Now, luckily in this spot, we've only lost 1 Infestation. There was a game that may not have made the video you're making because I don't think it was very interesting. But we kind of put all of our eggs into one basket and lost almost all of our Infestations. However, our opponent doesn't have any pressure. So we didn't draw the black source yet anyway. So they duress the one thing I actually can't cast, except for Squee, but they couldn't target duress anyway. So we can kind of sit here now, it looks like. You've got a treetop village. Is this the rock? All right, we're drawing a bunch of islands. So now we just really want to draw Gush. Intuition would be fine. Although if we Intuition, I don't even think we're getting Zombie Infestation. I think we're getting 3 copies of Accumulated Knowledge. Looks like they're trying to pass, but you should turn on your treetop and attack. No, we're not going to do that? Okay. That's a really good turn to just do that. Underground River's cool. I'll hide the fact that I found my black source. Just play another island and pass. We're going to tap for a green. We're going to Cabal Therapy. I think I will Counterspell a Cabal Therapy. Would you rather get Duress or Dark Wit Hippied? I'd rather get Dark Wit Hippied in this exact position, to be honest. They're going to pass. I'll untap and draw. It's an island. I guess we'll take this time to play out the black source. Just to make them sweat, do I have removal on the treetop village? If we draw on a land every turn, that's tough. Ravenous Baloth? That's a mana leak. All right, they're just kind of casting spells into our permission, which is solid. That means like they're going to have to get through it at some point. That's our 6th land, but we did draw a Counterspell. So now I think we're actively looking for Intuition into 3 AKs. Voreth's Stronghold is really bad with that Ravenous Baloth in the bin. This is going to create a loop that's tough for us to beat. They're going to attack for 3. I'm going to take 3, draw a banger. Smother. This is going poorly. I'm going to pass. They're going to Voreth's Stronghold, I assume, right now. I will Counterspell it. I'll just keep making them take the same turn over and over again. Green, Are we doing it? Yeah, okay. Counterspell the Baloth. Do you want to get in with the treetop village? All right, now we can kill the treetop village, which is sweet. We'll go black, blue, Smother the treetop village. Deck, there is so much card draw on you. I need you to give me some right now. Fine. Black, blue, cancel. Zombie Infestation. Go. All right, now is when we draw the intuition, right? For 3 squeeze. Then we don't care if they Volrest Stronghold us. Of course, at this point, they can just have Pernicious Deed, which is right there. Yeah, that's tough. Underground River. Okay, this is going to take too much time. We're like 95% to lose there. So we're gonna go to the second game. This is interesting because in a spot where our opponent has Volrest Stronghold, I'm really attracted to Phyrexian Furnace, but I went with Crypt in this deck sideboard, which is a bit punishing. Also, they are just a Pernicious Deed deck, which kind of makes our Uzi plan look really stupid. So what is our best thing to do here? Cabal Therapy, we can name Pernicious Deed and try to make it so they never have it. That's kind of good. Cursed Totem. No, I don't think we care about like Cursed Toteming out there. Also, like we might need to try to win with Psychatog, which is spooky, but at least viable. No Blue Blast, Annul. I don't, well, we can, no, wait, Annul's great. We can Annul Pernicious Deed. What am I talking about? Yep, you just caught it too. I think these 4, what aren't we interested in? I think that, not that much actually. Maybe like since Annul's so good, we'll actually can the therapy. We'll only bring in the Annuls. And then we'll take out, it's going to be harder to set up Circular Logic, so I think I'm going to cut 2 of them. Actually, I think I'll cut 1 of them and a Mana Leak, because this game's going to go long for sure. And then like 1 more spell has to go. Smother looks below rate. You're right, I can cut Squee since games are going to go long. I like that a lot, actually. Good call. Submit. All right, I'll be on the play. This hand has the Infestation, the Therapy, the Annul, all the goods. Keep. I think I'm going to Therapy them for Duress. Is that where we're at? Yeah, Underground River, Black, Cabal Therapy, opponent, Duress. We see, nope, we do see a Therapy, which is a bummer. But now we know everything about their hand, and we will pass. They're just going to Therapy our Zombie Infestation. That's like linear. Their hand also contains Phyrexian Furnace and Cabal Therapy. Oh, they're going to play Phyrexian Furnace. Sure, that's kind of interesting, right? We'll untap and draw, and then we can Mana Leak their Therapy. So I'm just going to play a land and pass. The Furnace is good, but we can play in a way where they have to pop their Furnace. We can like load up our graveyard with other stuff and always make sure Squee isn't the bottom card. There's the Therapy. We know that the Furnace is gone and we know that the Swamp is gone. This one I'm uninterested in allowing to resolve. We're just going to Mana Leak it. They probably just play Village and pass. Furnace me, sure. Yep, there goes the Village. So they've got 4 Swamp Stronghold in hand. All right, Polluted Delta is good here, specifically because we can make sure that the Wonder that we pitch isn't the bottom card. We need to start getting access to Squeeze. We're not there yet. We'll get an island. We'll tap for a black and a blue. We'll play Zombie Infestation, and then we'll just pass the turn. Yeah, Furnace is fine. Land, it's just a forest. Grease Monkey, I saw a deck similar to this online months ago. I'm just now getting around to trying out a version like this. This is my first time trying the deck. If you're watching this, I'm Fluorescent Fungus. But someone named it Uzi, and it stuck with me. So it's the only deck I've seen with that name, but I am keeping to the tradition. Here, am I even playing a land? No, I'm just gonna pass. You do whatever you want to do. Black, green, Lawnmower Wastes. Are we turning on the Treetop Village? We are. I could double block this village. I don't think we're gonna. We're simply gonna take the 3, go to the end step. I'm gonna AK right now. If they want to Furnace the AK, I don't really care. Counterspell's a fine pickup here. We'll untap and draw. Duress, that's cool. We know that they have Stronghold plus Swamp in hand, so I don't know how good the Duress actually is. I do like that we can double pitch to Infestation and hold up Counterspell. We're gonna pass. Yep, you got my AK. Tapping for 4. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ravenous Baloth? Well, now we begin this. They once again found they're probably one of Volrest Stronghold, and that's gonna put us in a hell of a spot. Since we're not Psychatog winning, it's gonna be like really hard. All right, now I think we need to get pressure in play. So we're gonna activate Zombie Infestation, pitching Duress and Wonder, and we are going to put the Duress into the graveyard, then the Wonder. That's gonna give us flying, which is a big deal. All right, we untap, we draw. Island, that's tough. We'll go to combat. We'll attack for 2. They go to 18, and then we're simply gonna pass. We're gonna make another zombie token. We'll keep the Annul in our hand. And we're just like super duper hoping to find some action here. Volrest Stronghold, I think we're out of known information in hand. Tap for 2, Chainer's Edict, sure. Passing, go to end step, activate Infestation, drop the lands. Any order. My turn, untap and draw. Go to combat. We're just kind of drawing lands too, which is a bummer. Attack for 2. If they want to pop their Phyrexian Furnace just to pop a block off on the zombie with the Treetop Village, we're actually super cool with that. All right, you're up, opponent. The Volraths, their Baloth, that's fine. Getting my Wonder is less fine because that means they're going to brick wall us with the Baloth. Yep, you've got a Baloth. Yep, it's gone. All right, my turn. Untap, draw. Squee. we'll pass. Hopefully we can get them to crack their furnace, because if we can get access to 2 Squees, we can actually outscale the Ravenous Baloth, which is interesting. Duress me? Well, activate Zombie Infestation, pitching Annul and Squee. Please don't Pernicious Deed me, I guess. This matchup has to be a nightmare, right? Yep, you got my thing. Attack, we'll take 4. Ouch. Don't you play a deed. I hate it here. Guys, I hate it here. Okay, yeah, we got really bad by the rock. That's tough. We'll get back our Squee. All right, that went poorly. We can't actually beat this Pernicious Deed, so that's tough. That's a real, like, we got beaten. But we're gonna do another one. I do have faith that we can get at least a game with this deck. Okay, found an opponent, no fun police. We're gonna be on the play, and this hand is double AK Gush Squee. We don't have the thing our deck does, but we have infinite card advantage, so we're gonna keep this. I will basically never mulligan a hand that has AK into AK. Just a warning for you all. All right, island go. Island, pass to me. All right, I'll take a draw step. It's an island. Island, they take a draw. Swamp. Oh my God, is it the Infestation mirror match? We're gonna play you know what? This could be an AK mirror if they're playing Tog. We're gonna untap and draw. We're actually not gonna AK. I'm gonna wait for them to AK. We're just gonna play an island and make them think we're shrimp. Go. All right, impulse, sure. Black for a Meek Stone. Creatures with power 3 or greater don't untap. That's fine. My creatures will not have power 3 or greater. Shroom, what are your thoughts on the number of Provoking Horror in this deck? My draft of a deck like this has 3 of each. This version of the deck probably should be playing Provoking Horror. I will say that. Also, I think that maybe instead of 3 Intuition, if you're playing Provoking Horror, maybe we play Buried Alive instead. I'm also thinking could be pretty good. All right, well, they're playing Dromar's Cavern, meaning I don't know what they're on, so I am going to start cracking these AKs. But yeah, it's very likely that Provoking Horror is a good route. We'll play an island and we'll pass the turn. Now I've got Mana Leak plus or Counterspell plus AK wrapped up, which is going to be really good. Swamp, you got any action? Or are you passing? They got Meek Stone. Are there sleeper agents in our opponent's deck? Wall of Souls? Dude, chat. This is a sleeper agent deck. That is fine. I don't think I care about Wall of Souls. I'm not going to use a counterspell on it. All right, they're passing to us, so I'm going to AK. All right, there's a circular logic. We'll untap and draw. We're going to play an island. Still no black sources, but we've got AK draw 3. So next turn, we're going to try to get some stuff going. We just don't want our opponent to resolve sleeper agent. That's the main thing we care about. Tap 2, AK. All right, there's the Infestation. We just need a black source now. We're going to untap and draw. No, we got our fourth AK before Grand Theft Auto 6. We got our 4th AK before our first black source, which is a bummer. I think, do we just slow roll it, like play our land, go to discard, be chill with this? I think so. Land, we're gonna pass the turn, and we'll let them figure out what we're doing with this Squee. Squee plus Deep Analysis. Pass to me. Do I AK again here? Seems like we're just not gonna not do that. AK number 4. I'm manifesting a swamp as we speak. Really? Still none. I wonder what the over under is. I'm just like forcing it or just trying to force it. That's a lot of AKs. Yeah, you're not kidding. Go to my turn. Squee comes back. I'll take it back. Yeah, that's fine. Still no swamp. Do we intuition for swamps? Seems unlikely, right? Let's just try to find the swamp. Let's start with Deep Analysis targeting me. You hate to see other people living your dreams. Yeah. If only you knew how awkward it was. Mana Leak? Nope, I won't pay. All right, what do you think about me gushing? Jack, deliver me a black source right now. Seriously? I'm gonna have a panic attack. I've gone so deep. Well, here goes this. 1, 2, 3, intuition, target you, opponent. Black, blue, Limdual's Vault? Sure. They're gonna go get a sleeper agent, which is fine. But this means I'm likely to get my black source. I cannot believe I've been through about half my deck and I haven't seen even a fetch or nothing. There's absolutely no black sources. I feel like Mark Rosewater's trolling me right now. Okay, you've Limdual's vaulted, that's fine. How do we feel about this intuition? All right, it's good. Swamp, swamp, swamp. Thank you. Swamp, blue, black. Zombie Infestation? Activate, pitch, pitch. Activate, pitch, pitch. I guess we can Duress and then try to Cabal Therapy. So pitch Island, pitch Cabal Therapy. Activate, pitch, Mana Leak plus Island, I guess. There we go. That's how you get a swamp, I guess, right? Yeah, that was so wild. Okay, you got 7 in hand and 6 power in play. Let's go. What you got, opponent? We're actually doing the Uzi thing finally. There's a sleeper agent. It's here. Paralyze the sleeper agent is fine. Or paralyze my zombie is weird. But I guess it makes sense because there's a Meek Stone in play. Not sure if Shroom responded, but he said he only heard the name Uzi once before. Correct. Whoever asked that question, thank you, Juice. Festering Wound. Yep, you're doing things. I'm going to eventually have to like smother my own sleeper agent. But for now, they've only got one in hand. So I'm going to pitch Duress and Mana Leak to my Zombie Infestation. Then I'm going to pitch Counterspell and Circular Logic to it. I'm just going wide now. All right, my turn. On tap. I will get back both of my Squees. All right, there are so many triggers in upkeep. This is awesome. I'm going to lose some life. I will not... Wait, do I pay 4 to give your upkeep if enchanted creature's controller player may pay 4 if that... I will not pay 4. Will I? I will. I will pay 4. All right. Sleeper Agent hurts me, and then I get Squeeze back, and then we draw. It's an island. Okay, we're going to start by... I don't even need to gush. We're going to go to combat. Hey, dude, here's all of my creatures. You want to take 10 and then deal 3 to me? Ouch. Now we both hurt. Okay, then I'll play an island to have an extra blue source untapped. And this should just be lethal. At the end of turn, we're going to like gush, make like 3 zombies. That almost doesn't matter what they do. We've got counter spells up, so they can't really like stop us. Impulse resolves. Okay, we got there. It took forever to draw a black source, but we eventually did it. What do we want to do against our opponent who's playing Sleeper Agent? We've actually played this deck on the channel. It's really cool. Null Rod doesn't do anything. Cursed Totem doesn't do anything. Tormod's Crypt doesn't do anything. Cabal Therapy, I guess you can name Sleeper Agent, but on the draw, it's not that good. Ghastly Demise is non-black creature. Sleeper Agent's a black creature. Excuse me, sure, but you did not draw black source. That's true. We had to tutor it. We had to do a weird demonic tutor. Hey chat, I'm not sideboarding. Submit. Well, we think they have graveyard hate. Null Rods for like Diabolic Edict and Mana Leak. I'm gonna bring in Null Rods just in case they have like, you know, Phyrexian Furnace and Tormod's Crypt. All right, we're on the draw for this one, probably. And then our hand has Duress, Null Rod, Deep Analysis, Mana Leak. Can I get greedy and keep this? No, it's a 1-lander. Adrian, use your brain. Mulligan. This one is Duress, AK, and yeah, we keep this, we ship an island. We have a black source, so that's pretty cool. I like that. Sleeper Agent, they're starting early. All right, right now the Sleeper Agent's better for us than it is them. So we're gonna take 2 to our Sleeper Agent. We can't Duress Ice Flow, so we hope the payoff they have isn't Ice Flow. Underground River, pay a black Duress opponent. It's Meek Stone, so we'll take that. Go to combat and attack for 3. Sleeper Agent Prison is a very cool deck, but it takes a lot of like resources to get it going. So they don't have the Meek Stone, meaning they can't, meaning my Sleeper Agent on taps, meaning they're on a quicker clock than I am. Looks like they're going to tap for a black, play out Dromar's Caverns, and probably just Impulse here. Yep, there's the Impulse. So we know they have Impulse in their hand. Impulse, Swamp, Mystery card, and then there will be another Mystery card. All right, they're passing to us. Looks like we'll get another 3 damage with the Sleeper Agent, but it's going to continue to bleed us out. We draw an Underground River. We'll go Island, Combat, Attack, bring opponent to 14, and then we're going to need these accumulated knowledges to do us a favor. Honestly, Intuition, if we draw another AK, we have like this line of, ooh, it's a Wall of Souls. We have this line of AK for like 3 zombie infestations and just pitch all of the cards that we drew off all these AKs. But for now, we're just AKing. It's Counterspell. We'll untap, we'll lose some life to the Sleeper Agent. There's a Gush. Let's go ahead and play Island, tap for 2, and just main phase an AK. We draw Smother, which is quite good. For now, we can't use it, but for now, we'll just pass. I'm not going to attack into that Wall of Souls because we just wind up taking 3. We know they still have Impulse in their hand as a 1-of. Next turn, we can like Counterspell plus Smother unless they have like another Wall of Souls or something. Second Sleeper Agent is scary, but once again, this will be faster for us than it is them. So they're passing to us. We'll untap. We're going to take 4, take a draw. There's an Infestation. We'll play an Underground River. We'll lose a life here. We got to be careful. 1 black and a blue. Smother the Wall of Souls. Go to combat. Attack for 6. We have Counterspell up. Now we're at an impasse. Do we hold up Counterspell or do we drop Zombie Infestation? If we drop Zombie Infestation and they lock down our Sleeper Agents, we attack them for, we go to 4, attack them for 4, then we die. If you hold up, I think Counterspell is better here. We're gonna pass. They're gonna Impulse, that's fine. They've got limited mana, which is good for us right now. Go ahead. Meek Stone. Can't let that happen. Blue. All right, we're gonna take 4. This is actually really bad because we're kind of like dead to our own Sleeper Agents regardless right now. So I should have thought about that when I was thinking through my line. I might need to kill one of these Sleeper Agents if it's possible. So what that means is we have to go to combat, attack with my creatures, and we already used a Smother, so that actually killing one of our own Sleeper Agents is going to be hard. Do we have a way to tutor for it? To tutor to kill? We've already used a Smother. We can't Edict ourselves. So we just have to naturally draw it. Lame. Swamp, blue, pass by returning these 2 islands to our hand. Smother, please. Wonder? Oh, are we good? We're so good. Now we can use these 2 blue plus a colorless, and we can intuition. We'll get Cabal Therapy. I forgot we have that. We'll get Cabal Therapy, Smother. I guess we'll just get Cabal Therapy. Yeah, we'll get Cabal Therapy, Squee, Smother. There, you figure it out, opponent. All right, they gave us the Cabal Therapy. We'll tap for a black. We'll therapy them. We'll name Sleeper Agent. You know what? No, we should name Festering Wound. They just have a land. Okay. Now we're going to flash the Cabal Therapy back, targeting them, sacrificing a Sleeper Agent, and we will name Lifetime Pass Holder. Now we're not literally just dead. So here goes nothing. Pass the turn. If they find a prison piece, we're dead. That was good play, GG. GG's. Well played. That was exciting. Our opponent, Guy, might be playing this deck at our first monthly for the fall series. And I hope he gets to see this because what our opponent did was sweet. Like, not that we're playing the strongest deck ever, but our opponent played that really well. I had a brain blast and remembered we have a whatchamacallit, Cabal Therapy in our deck. We're at 3 hours. Let's try to get one more game in. I feel like we should try to get one more game. All right, we found our opponents. We've got Duress, Cabal Therapy, Double Squee, Counterspell. This is like a 5-card hand that I can't cast Counterspell with. Good luck, have fun. You too, exclamation point. We have to mulligan this. It's a bummer. If this Counterspell was a Zombie Infestation, we are going, but it's not. So we have to mulligan. This hand is a Smother, Gush, Accumulated Knowledge with good mana. This is a keep. Pitch an island. Let's go. Forest. Birds. Elf. Sure. Hopefully this isn't elves. I don't know how we win that matchup. We didn't even put plagues in our sideboard. Maybe our sideboard needs some engineered plagues. In fact, I know it needs some engineered plagues. What am I thinking? Although we do have a Cursed Totem. That's not nothing. No survival. Pretty please. Priest. Okay, we smother the priest. We don't smother the priest. That's tough. This is a very good opening from elves. They kind of have everything but the survival right now. I think that means I have to just let them do stuff. I mean, I guess I can make them retake their turn with the priest. It's not the worst. Let's do it in their upkeep. Smother the priest. Never have I ever saw a black deck without Engineer Plague. Yeah, me either. This was like a last minute throw together. And of like the 3 decks that I was kind of looking at to model the deck, they just didn't have it. So I didn't even think about it. This was like, this stream that we're doing today was very much mostly to play the deck we played in the other video that I made. If you haven't watched that, if you're on Fluorescent Fungus, check it out. That deck was sweet. It was a Francisco Pavluch original. But this deck, I just wanted to have a starting point. But yeah, I agree. E-Plague, it seems like we should have it. So they're doing the thing we knew they were going to do. The goal here is just to get them to recast the priest instead of just kill us right now. Green, there's the priest. It happens. Green. Don't play a second priest. Oh my goodness. Well, one thing I will say, if I do this deck again, which I might, I actually want to play with this because Kravoki and Horror seems like a pretty obvious include. I'm wondering if Buried Alive is just better than Intuition. I wonder if we should just lean more into that side of it. Not that Intuition isn't a better card generically, but like Buried Alive just puts them all in the graveyard, which I think can be really cool for setting up the Kravoki and Horror specifically. And then it's also cheaper if you don't want to buy Intuitions. And then right now, I'm really feeling the lack of the Engineered Plagues. I think we just need those. Let's AK in our main phase, mainly because I want to find Duress. We don't find Duress, but we find another AK. So if their hand isn't like a ton of action, maybe they don't have a sink for all this mana. So that's what we're going to play too. We'll pass the turn. If they don't find a sink, then a bunch of 2/2s is actually going to be a problem for them. But we'd have to find the Zombie Infestation, obviously. It's a hell of a mana sink. All right, we'll concede this game. Very sad that we don't have E-Plague. Also very sad that we don't have E-Plague and they think we do. So they're going to be able to like beat up on our Zombie Infestations, even though they don't know we have them from that game. We will bring in Ghastly Demise. We will bring in Cursed Totem. We will bring in, I think, a couple of Annuls. They're a Survival of the Fittest deck. None of these. Probably not this. Probably none of these. What don't we want? Not much. Duress is like fine. I think we can cut the first one. Logic's a little slow. Logic is just a little slow, huh? And then, yep, Logic continues to be a little slow. We'll bring these in. I think I've stumbled on some deck building issues. Like I, for some reason, wasn't even thinking of E-Plague when I was building this deck. I'll be on the play, but don't worry, I will rectify that soon. Intuition, Zombie, yep, keep. We're just gonna try to do our A game plan and hope they don't have Naturalize. Maybe we go wide. Maybe it's good enough. Even if we do this, it's probably not good enough, but whatever. We're just gonna try to show off the thing. Swamp Pass. Tap, make an elf, I assume. We've got a lot more elves. Tormod Script, sure. Now, I don't agree with bringing in Tormod Script if they think I'm Psychatog. Tormod Script is not a good card versus Psychatog. Here it happens to be good, but I don't care. I'm playing my Zombie Infestation. I also want to try a red-black version of this deck that used to exist called Zombie Spark. It plays, that one card that it's like a 1 mana deal a damage thing, but you can like pay a mana if there's like creatures above it in the graveyard to return it to your hand. That's another thing I want to try. One of our locals that's going to start coming to the Premodern events shared that list in our local Discord. And I was like, that looks kind of cool. Multani's Acolyte, sure. You drew a card. Green Ranger, yep. Do you have anything else for me? Looks like not. I will not make any zombies right this second. I'm going to draw. We'll play Polluted Delta. I'm going to pass the turn. I do have Counterspell available, and they can't really attack, so I can play this a little bit slow. Acolyte, when it enters, draw a card, paying the Echo cost. Echo cost is paid. You have a 2/2. Forest, sure. Oh, opponent. What are we thinking about? Am I dead? Is there some complicated line I don't see where I die? Because I know elves can sometimes do that, but I don't think from this spot. They would have already had to have like a Priest of Titania and a survival resolved, I think. Combat? Are we passing? We are. Fetch. Let's do the thing. We're going to go grab a basic island, and then we are going to cast Intuition, targeting our opponent. Beep, beep, beep. I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3. What if I grab 2 Squees plus like the, what do you call it? Deep Analysis. Then they probably just give us Deep Analysis, but then we can pitch that to Zombie Infestation. Yeah, I'll protect the other 2 because I've got another Intuition in my hand. Here, figure that out, opponent. They probably give me the Deep Analysis, then crack the Crypt. But then I've got my other Intuition. Any order. Okay, untap. 2 Squeeze resolve. Would you like to crack your Crypt? You wouldn't. Okay, that's interesting. Draw Cursed Totem. Land. Black, blue. Cursed Totem? Okay, that was cool. I liked that. We're just going to pass now. We don't need to do anything. Go ahead, opponent. Instead of pitching both Squeeze to make a Zombie Infestation token, we'll pitch like Squee plus Deep Analysis. We're going to try to get them to crack the Crypt and only hit one of our Squeeze. Go to combat is fine. I don't think I block that here. I'll just be patient. Ooh, are we doing a Sylvan Messenger? Enters, reveal the top. Oh, you just want to get a bunch of elves? I think that's good enough to counter. Island. Tap, tap, tap. Counterspell. Go away. Go to unstep. Yeah, here we will pitch 1 Squee and 1 Deep Analysis. Any order, who cares? Our opponent needs to at some point activate this Tormod Crypt. They're not going to do that, I guess. Okay. Do I need to play more lands? I guess Intuition plus AK is pretty good, so we'll play out this island. Then we'll go to combat, and we'll attack for 2. Beep. And then we're just... I guess I could flashback Deep Analysis too, though. That's not bad. Yeah, let's do that. They can't do anything about it. There's no time where they can crack their Crypt to let it happen. Probably should have done that in my main phase if I was going to do it, but what can you do? Smother, not bad here. We're going to pass. Why did they play their Crypt if they're not going to use it? Forest, sure. Deranged. Another Sylvan Messenger. Sure. How many elves are we getting here? 1, 2. 2 of them. Timberwatch Elf and Multani's Acolyte. With the Cursed Totem in play, these elves don't do very much, do they? Combat. Going to end step. Okay, activate Zombie Infestation. I will pitch... You know what? Cancel. Wait, no, not cancel. I'll pitch Squee, and I'll pitch... Cancel. Let's Gush. Bouncing both of these islands. Okay. Activate Zombie Infestation, pitching Island plus Squee. Any order. Activate Zombie Infestation, pitching Island plus Island. Any order. My turn, on tap. And I have this Squee back. Are you going to finally use your Crypt? I'll take it. Cool. 1 Squee. Do we need to Duress? Why not? Duress you. Probably misses, but like, whatever. Yep, they got a Hermit though. That's scary. Let's play an island out. Let's go to combat. Let's attack with all of our dids. And then we just pass. Yeah, I think so. We're just going to pass. Now we just need to get like Wonder in the bin, which we can do with Intuition. Of course, that's going to force the crack on the Crypt. So maybe that's why they're saving their Crypt, actually. Multani's Acolyte is fine. I think we forced that though, right? I think at the end of their turn, we're going to Intuition for 2 more Squeeze and a Wonder. Although now it might be like, I don't know, because we can get permission too to stop them from deranged hermiting, and that's interesting. Tangle Wire, interesting. Okay, that resolves. And step, let's go ahead and Intuition. All right, we're going to grab Squee, Wonder. Yeah, I think it's Squee, Wonder. This is going to force them to pop their Crypt if they want to live anyway. And then I could grab Wonder, Knowledge, but then they just give me the Wonder, right? Who cares about that? Let's grab Squee, Wonder. They give me the Wonder. We put those in the bin in any order. Then we're not willing to give up another Squee, I don't think. As a matter of fact, we're just going to go ahead and untap here. The Tangle Wire is going to do its thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap, I think, Totem 4 islands or Totem 3 islands. Hey, opponent, you want to give me that trigger, buddy? Our opponent's just like not passing priority, which is kind of, maybe they're AFK for a sec, which is fine. We're weirdly in a spot in this game where like there's like a world where we can win, which feels crazy without Engineered Plague in our deck, because an E-Plague here is like an auto win. Oh, well, I totally forgot I had Tormod's Crypt and could have exiled the first squeeze. Oh, so they're going to exile it now. Okay, well, now it's a little spooky to do that, right? Okay. I thought they were playing around it, but they forgot. Okay, well, I'm going to do this now. And for those wondering, no, you cannot tap Zombie Infestation. It's an enchantment. Tangleware doesn't let you do enchantments. So the squeeze are... Yeah, I'll take it back. Yeah, I'll take this one back. You don't actually get him back. Then we'll take a draw for turn. Okay, well, now this is going to happen. We're going to go use the Zombie Infestation, pitch Wonder, pitch Squee, any order, and then go to combat and attack with everything. All right, are we actually going to take a game here? I guess if they draw a second Tormod Crypt, it'll never happen, but didn't get enough zombies on Monday, huh? No, I didn't, dude. Everyone look forward to Monday, which is when I believe Andrew's dropping his side of our collaboration, the game he played for his channel. It was so mean to me. It was not nice. It hurt me. Although if you watch the video I put up, I wasn't nice either. We were both bullies. Tanglewire. They're gonna tap. I have to imagine it's just a bunch of creatures. They can't race me here. I was perfectly pleasant. Okay. Go check out Heavy Play's channel on Monday. You guys decide. Tanglewire taps itself, plus like maybe Lomwar Elves and Quarian Ranger. Keep the 2 power guys untapped. Yeah, poor opponent forgot they had the Tormod Script, but like I was also playing around them knowing I had Tormod Script. Okay, we got game 2. That was kind of weird. We're gonna do one more game because we're going into game 3. And I'm thinking about this Null Rod as a way to hate out the Crypt, but I can play around the Crypt so easily. So Grixis Contamination. Is someone playing some Grixis Contamination? I wish I was playing Contamination. I'm playing just Infestation, exactly. This is Uzi. We're 1-1 right now for the games that are gonna make it for Fluorescent. We're technically 1-2, but there was a really uninteresting game we played in the faux round 1. I think we're fine with this configuration. We're just gonna send it back in. I think we're about to lose. I don't know how we're supposed to win this matchup. This hand is a 1-lander. Now we do have the Infestation plus the Squee. That's all good and well, but we have to mulligan this, I think. Oh no, you're good, Rockhart. Don't worry about it. Andrew, I know who you really are. Mulligan. This is the single Infestation. Best sideboard card we actually brought in. We'll keep this. Edict, bad. They're gonna go wide so fast, I don't think that card matters. So we're just gonna like play a land, hope Cursed Totem stays in play. That would be good for us. You have a Fyndhorn Elf. Island, go. Hopefully they just play like Priest of Titania here and not Survival of the Fittest. That would suck for us. Green, Priest, okay. Cooking, Fyndhorn Elf, Lomwar Elf, okay. We just hope they don't have a Naturalize in their hand because I have this Cursed Totem. No mana for you, go. I can take the stop out of their upkeep, I don't need it. If they can answer this Cursed Totem, we're dead here. If they can't, we still play Magic. Multani's Acolyte is fine. Now they can start to attack us, that's important to note. I could play Zombie Infestation this following turn too, but I think it's much better to untap, get my mana, so I can like mana leak a Naturalize or whatever, and hold up Intuition for 3 squeeze. All right, we take 3. Ouch. Then they play a Forest, and no dude. Man, imagine if we had access to Engineered Plague. Imagine if I built my deck correctly. We'll pass the turn. Again, we're not playing Zombie Infestation because Mana Leak being up is really important. They might just pay for this Acolyte. But we're fine taking 5 here to Intuition for a bunch of squeeze. They're gonna go beat, bring me to 12. Ouch. All right, they're passing, here we go. Intuition, you, beat, boop. Here is Squee. And after playing this deck, it should definitely be 3 Squee, 3 Krovokan Horrors, I think. Any order in the bin, untap. All right, I will buy back both Squees. And now I can play this land. I can tap for a black and a blue, play this Zombie Infestation, and hold up Mana Leak. That's a big deal. We'll pass. This next Intuition just goes to get like Squee, Wonder, and Deep Analysis. Chef, we're cooking, we sure are. This one of Cursed Totem in our sideboard is doing its best to do the job of 3 copies of Commander Viral. Who's Commander Viral? First time chat with an emoji? Seems like Juice, look into this. Is this person real? Juice Enhance. They tap for 3. Is it a Tanglewire? Yeah, I am very real. Sweet, thanks for the first time chat. Sorry, sometimes I'll get a chat from a, no, they're real, we're good. Looks real, thanks Juice. Confirmed. Commander Viral, you have a name that leads me to believe that you do Commander content. Is that a thing? You're in a Discord too? Oh, are you in which Discord? The big Premodern Discord or like mine? Are you one of my people? We're gonna activate Zombie Infestation. Pitch Squee. You're one of mine. Got it. Any order. And then we don't need this third intuition, so we'll do it again. Pitch, pitch. Hi, I am NeonMushroom, and sometimes I can be a monkey and punt, but it's okay because I have luscious juice. I need you to stop telling the Discord bot to be mean to me. All right, I have to tap 4 things. It's going to be Cursed Totem plus Swamp. I need to hold up Mana Leak plus Underground River plus one of our zombie tokens. Okay, I will get back all of my Squees. I do not make Commander content. The name is from an anime, but I do play casual Commander. Good enough. You're my favorite Commander content creator, Commander Viral. Yes, I will take the Squee, and I will take the Squee. All right, we draw Polluted Delta. Do I need a third land? I could cast an Intuition here. I could see that being good. Get that Wonder going. I'm not going to bother attacking. We're just going to pass the turn again. Thank you so much. I don't know how this man edits so many videos, though. He's a machine. I am an editor first by trade before I'm a Magic the Gathering content creator. I spent a lot of time learning to edit. Also, there's some hacks. If you saw the way I did some of the stuff, it'd become more obvious. Like, the reason we make most of our content through streaming is because I can use OBS to kind of loosely do the first half of the edit in real time, which actually saves so much time in post. But you know, I like editing. That's what really helps, is I actually enjoy my process. That's a big deal. Because if you don't like it, it's going to be a slog. You know, it's going to be like, you ever just have to do something and that you don't want to do, and you know, and then you do it and you're like, I hate doing this. That. All right, our opponent's going super wide. So we go to end step and we're going to fetch. We're going to do a swamp. No, we just get an island here. Island, tap, tap, tap. Intuition, you. We're going to grab our Squee. We're going to grab our Wonder. And I think, why shouldn't we have cake? We're going to grab our Deep Analysis. Opponent, you can give us whichever of one of these you want to. They're all going to the graveyard anyway. I will say I like Intuition in this matchup a lot more, because Intuition's nice because you get to hold up counter magic when you're not doing it. I guess you do have to like devote yourself to Buried Alive in a really aggressive way. Okay, now we're going to activate Zombie Infestation twice, pitching Squee Squee, any order, and then activate pitching Squee Squee. This Mana Leak is carrying us all the way. We haven't had to cast it yet, but it's going to save us from like a natural is literally just blowing us out. All right, Tingleware does its thing. I have to tap 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do it like that, and then we're going to get all of our Squeeze back. Yeah, I like that Buried Alive puts everything in the graveyard, but because sometimes you don't have the, I guess Intuition is just better. What's nice about Buried Alive is everyone can afford it without taking out a mortgage, so that's cool. Okay, so now we're here. I've got Wonder in the bin. These all have flying. I can make 1, 2. They can't kill me by racing. Okay, combat. Attack with all my creatures. You take 6. Can I take all of their creatures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then if they take 6 here, they're at 14. So I just need 7 zombies to kill. Can I do that? Well, if I Deep Analysis, I'll drop down to 8, right? It's risky. I can make 1, 2, 3 zombies. No, I can just kill. Yeah, I can kill. We're going to pass. Buried Alive does only let you get creatures, so I can't do cool stuff like I just did with the Deep Analysis, for instance. But I think we're going to slow roll it because they can only attack with the 2-1 safely. Everything else just dies to the zombies I'm about to make. And I can make 2 for free. What's really nice is if we had Kervoken Horrors, we could start making 3 zombies a turn without losing resources, which would be a really big deal, which as it currently stands, we can't do. Also, the first game we played in this stream is going to go out on Fluorescent Fungus today. So the video today is going to be an hour or 2 late. Don't sweat it. It's going up. As soon as I'm done here, we're editing it together and putting it up. Naturalize. They found the Naturalize, but they cannot pay for Mana Leak. Like I said, this Mana Leak is saving our life. Opponent says GG's. GG's. Well played. All right, we got there. Wow, did not think we were going to beat Elves today. That was crazy. Okay, things, before I let you guys go, we need E-Plagues in the sideboard. I'd be interested in trying Buried Alive, but after seeing how Intuition lets us hold up counter magic and do cool stuff like get the Deep Analysis, I think I want to tune this deck in a way where there's some cooler Intuition piles potentially. So there's that. I think that the sideboard hold for not having E-Plagues is close. I could see losing the Crypts and making them into Phyrexian Furnaces, but this is something we're going to try again shortly. Not the worst showing, especially for a totally on-tuned deck. So thank you guys. So hold on, let's do like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'll see you next time.